Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm using the video on my computer, the one that keeps going up the creek. Because like I've told you, the one on my other computer is just utter crap. But I seem to have a bit of flickering on this one. I don't know whether it's something to do with what's wrong with my computer, or I've changed the hertz, because you can have a choice of 50 hertz or 60 hertz on the settings on the camera, and it doesn't seem quite as bad on 50, because that is to do with the flickering. It can alter flickering on your screen. But anyway, I'm telling you about my bingo night last night. I won big last night. But I'm going to tell you a little bit story about the place we go to. We changed a little while ago because the other place we're going to, we said we would have to change our days for going because of the football when it starts. We weren't happy about that. We liked the day we're going, but this other place we found used to be a Wednesday. They do the bingo on a Thursday, so we changed the day anyway. But we've been told the other place that we used to go to, it's empty on a Wednesday night. There's never anybody in. But that's their fault. They were the ones that told us to find another day, so we just found another place that was more suitable. And I've got it going light and dark on this. It's not my computer, it's the light outside. I think we're going to get some snow. It's getting really dark out there. But anyway, I'm telling you this story about my bingo. Well, we found this place, and it's a club, and they have good payouts for the bingo. We start off with we get all our tickets when we go in. We start off with one flyer, and it's pretty good money. It's about £60 for a line, and anything up to about £200, sometimes more, for the house. And that's just a single ticket. And then we have a book of 4, which are a bit smaller payout. It's £10 a line, and anything from 40 to about £60 a house. It depends how many people are in and how many tickets have been sold. And then we have a break. We do player cards right in the middle of the break, and that only costs us, I usually buy 4 tickets, and it costs me £1. But there's so many in the place, you'd be very lucky to get picked for it. I think they have three people are picked. And there was one of our group did get picked one night. But anyway, after we have the break, we'll have another flyer, and it's a charity flyer. And the money can be anything from £300 to £400. That's most of the payments that we've had up to now. But it's only, there's no line, it's just a full house. And one of the fellas, there's only one fella comes with us. There's usually a group of about a dozen of us, and there's one fella, only one fella, the husband, one of the girls' husband, comes, and we were playing the game, and we were part of the way through the game, and he thought he had a line, and he shouted, and of course he was made fun of because it is for just a house, Billy, just a house. Oh, and it's really dark. I'm going to have to put my ring light on here because it's getting really dark on the... Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's only coming up to 3 o'clock, and it's turned really dark outside, so I think I might be going to get some snow. We've been forecasted for a while, and it is supposed to be going to snow in this area. Possible snow in this area where I am. But anyway, I'm telling you about my bingo, and Anyway, we had a good laugh when Billy thought he had a line, and we had to remind him on it was only a house. But it's a good charity because the money that's collected, half of it goes to the house for the winner and the other half goes to some local charity. And then we'll have another book of 3 games and a little bit less again, £10 a line, and usually like say between £40 and £60 for the house. But the last game is a larger payout, and I won that last game. I won £204 last night, which I share with my friends, so I had £102 to come home with. But where we go, when we went to this place, I'm going to tell you a little story about this place we go to. We had been going there for about a month, I think it was, and we always sit in this corner place, and there's a long seat on the corner, and going along the back like this, and another seat coming along this way. We have a few tables, so there's normally around about a dozen of us, so we can all get in around this corner. And I was sitting on the end one day, and there's a couple of tables further along. There was about half a dozen fellas, mostly elderly, like, but one or two maybe he's in their 50s, and I was talking to one of the fellas, and he said, he was just looking and he was laughing, and he said, "Oh, I like to listen to you ladies." And he said, "You know, we used to sit in that corner before you come here." And I said, "Oh, sorry, have we pinched your seats?" And he said, "Oh, I'm not bothered." He says, "Like I said, I like listening to you ladies." But there was one of the particular fellas in there kept he's been giving us dirty looks ever since we came into the place. Those weeks ago, about a month then. And I couldn't understand why. And anyway, the first week we were there, one of the girls won 380 something pound, and then she won on something else, so she picked up 400 and something pound that day, and one of the other girls won something, and at least there was a couple of us had won, and nearly every week there's at least one person wins in the games, you know, out of our group. And we were getting dirty, really bad scowls off this one particular fella. And it turned out he was a club committee member. And he came up to us after about 4 weeks, and he says, "Are you members of this club?" And we looked at him and he says, "Members? You have to be a member." Like, he says, "Well, it is a club." And I says, of course we all agreed, no, we weren't members. We didn't realise we had to be members. "Well, you have to be members. What's your names and addresses?" So we had to give them all our names and addresses. And he said, "Get the cards for us." And he says, the next week he came with all the cards for us, and he plunked them down on the table, and he says, "That's 25 pence each. That's for this year. It'll be 25 pence for next year, for the next year's. In January it starts again." No, we were laughing, we all paid. And see, well, 25 pence is nothing. We all paid him the money. But he still kept on giving us dirty looks, and I think he was getting annoyed because there was so many of us winning, considering how many was in the place. I mean, it was hundreds in the place, and we were very lucky anyway. But this week, Thursday gone, we'll come to the, I think, yes, one of the girls, Trish, she won the last game on the books is always a higher payout, and I think she won 190 something pound. And then I think one of the other games, there was one everybody in our company have won something at least some time or other, except me and my friend, who've never won anything. And my friend Anne was saying to me, "Sheila, are we ever going to win anything? We've just got no luck." And I was waiting, and I was waiting for this one number, and it came up, and of course when I shouted the caller, didn't I know the caller? And when he seen who it was, he says, "Oh," he says, "we've got a house. It's Sheila, my friend Sheila, one of the jolly ladies sitting in the corner over there." Well, you know, if there'd been a hole in the ground, it would have swallowed me up. Everybody was looking at me. And this committee member that was sitting with the fellas, I was getting dirty looks off him. I think he was so annoyed because three of us had been winning last night on the bingo, and the other fellas with him were laughing, and you know. But we always have a good laugh, and it's always good fun. And then the girls were messaging. We have a group on Facebook's Messenger, and it's all to do with the bingo, and all of us are in that group. We talk to each other on this group, and then the messages start coming up. Who fancies a night out at the club on Saturday? There's a band on, and a solo singer, and there's a couple of games of bingo as well. So naturally we're all going, like, so. We'll probably be getting dirty looks off the committee member if he's there again. So that was my win on the bingo, and it was about time because everybody else had been winning and we hadn't. But my friend Julie, her husband Billy, she had to remind him on about the charity game that we play, that it's only a full house, there's no line. So she was telling him when he was playing, "Mind, remember, there's no line, it's only a full house." And we're playing the game, and didn't she call and think it was a line? And she couldn't do anything. We were laughing, we all just burst out laughing. At the game stopped for a minute until she calmed down and she realised she had done what she was telling Billy not to do. But I am knitting this for Claudette. And Claudette, I just hope this wool, this is a wool you sent to me, I just hope it washes soft for you because it's very hard. I don't like the feel of it. I hope you do when you get it, because it does feel rather hard. It's just not knitting nice and soft like, but it could do. I've had hard wool before, and when it's been washed it's went soft, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you that it does do that when it's finished. So that's my little bit for today, so thumbs up and subscribe. Bye for now.